All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. So, as you read by the title, I almost destroyed this thing right here. It's kind of funny because I'm just glad I looked back in my car when I did it. But let's just hop right into the story. This engine has, I want to say, 6,000 miles on it now. Yes, I know, a lot. In like the past, month or two? About 3 months. It's just crazy how this happened. So, basically what happened was, I was like, okay, normal day, time to change the oil. You know, I'm use a Mobil 1 full synthetic, and I went to go change the oil. But before we actually get into that, you got to know what this engine had previously. So this engine had a GSR oil cooler. Now, if you know what a GSR oil cooler looks like, you know it's like that big giant thing on the back of the block that has the two ports up top, one for the oil, one for the coolant, and the coolant line goes to the back of the block, while the oil line or whatever goes to the water neck. So I didn't have a port on my water neck for the oil cooler, so I had to cap it off with silicone and just make sure nothing spilled out of it. And that worked, for the first 1,000 miles of the car running. So I didn't have any problems with it, but I had to delete it because one day I changed my oil and the cap. I accidentally punctured the silicone, so just coolant was spraying all on the ground right here. I was nervous that day because I had to go to work in like an hour or two. So what I did was I had to go all the way to the Honda dealership and pick up a LS oil filter holder, and all the OBD2 cars have this oil filter holder in the back of the block. So I figured, the oil cooler for the OBD1 cars probably wasn't effective, so might as well just switch to this. So I switched to that, and basically I screwed it on the back of the block, and I had to cap off the port in the block where the coolant spews out. So I just ended up using the same threaded pipe and just capped it off with a rubber plug, and we were golden. So now skip forward a little bit to the day where it came time to change the oil filter. Oil filter is back here. I took the oil filter out. I don't know if you could see that. And I just took it out, and then I looked at it, and sure enough, there was the oil filter holder. And that oil filter holder was this one right here. Oh man, I'm not in focus. Let me get in focus for you guys. Ooh, ooh. Oh. So here is the oil filter holder that I used previously for the first 1,000 miles or so. And when I took it out, it was stuck on the oil filter. And what I did was I just got some pliers and pulled it off. But as you can see by this oil filter holder, something doesn't look right with it. And that is because the threads are screwed. I don't know what I was thinking using pliers, but I just wanted to get it off because I didn't want to have to go back to the Honda dealership. So I put this back on the car with the oil filter, and basically I turned the car on, started it up, let it run for like 30 seconds to a minute, and turned the car off. Everything seemed fine, gauges seemed fine, wideband seemed fine, everything was good. Normal oil change, not too hard. I get out the car, I'm walking back inside the garage, I look back at the car because we all look back at our cars, and sure enough, I saw a giant puddle of oil all around the car. And I was like, oh my God. Like, if I didn't see that, I probably would have gotten the car and might have not even noticed, and potentially could have seized this thing right here at work, which would be devastating. So what I had to do was take the oil filter off, examine it, and sure enough, I noticed the threads were stopping it from going all the way in the block. So I had to go all the way to the Honda dealership in an Uber and pick up this part. Part number is 90015-PH1-013. I got another one, was like $10. Came back here, screwed it in the block, and sure enough, it worked like a charm. And that was the end of that. So crazy story. I know it's really not fun dealing with stupid stuff like that. Like, what are the chances of that happening? What are the chances of this coming out the block? So I'm pretty sure the same thing's going to happen with this one. So I'm going to buy another one, and just next time I'm just going to I don't know, use some sort of sealant or glue to keep it in there or keep it from coming back out, because, you know, nobody ever told me anything about, you know, it coming right out the block when you're done. So that was the video. Don't be stupid like me and, you know, pull pliers off of this oil filter holder. And you know what's funny? My oil filter that I had previously on this car was like a Purolator or something like that, and it was rated for like 10,000 miles, and the one I have on now is rated for 5,000 miles. So I could have, you know, just left it on the oil filter and just reused it. But no, I had to change it. So yeah, that sucked, but I'm glad it's over. Car is running fine now, no problems. All right, so that was the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. But before we go, I just want to make a little quick announcement here. So I can't find any power steering upper brackets, so I'm going to be deleting my power steering, which sucks. But I haven't used power steering in so long, so I forgot what it even feels like. So I'm just going to delete it and just use that thing that everybody uses in the back to loop the lines. And also, once that gets deleted, I'm going to be spraying all up here, the rad support, and all over here. Yes, I'm going to take out the ABS, move it, spray it, clean it up, and then it'll look good. So that way we can kind of start to get ready to clean all this up, because it still looks a little trashy. This thing is probably going to get wrapped. So is the header. The header's going to get wrapped. This is going to get wrapped, and it's going to just start to look a little nicer. I'm trying to clean it up in the wintertime, because right around February, March is when I plan on getting this car painted. So yeah, that's really it for the car, and I will see you guys in the next one.